welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Tuesday the 24th of March 2026. Not quite as crazy as I was yesterday, but still a little bit crazy. Had some crazy dreams last night. Whew. You know when you come out of a night and it's like that was harder work than a normal day. I feel like I fought my way through that. And also I can't remember the crazy dreams, so you've just got that whole weird feeling of I've had crazy dreams type backdrop going on. And then at the moment there are two guys who are just literally standing on the apex of a roof. That's just oof. You know our track record. I'm not going to tell them that for people falling off roofs, and it's not good. This might be slightly shorter today because I'm trying to save my voice. Oh my god, one of them is on a phone and he's leaning against a chimney pot like this. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Jesus. Whew. Okay, yesterday we were looking at words that have changed their meaning. Yes. And we got halfway through. It's C for changed meanings. The last one we did, oh, it was egregious, wasn't it? It was egregious. Remarkable, distinguished, and of great renown. So, D, digital, 1450, a whole number less than 10. I did not know that. Oh no. Disappoint, verb, to remove someone from their appointed office, to dismiss them from authority. Explode, to reject or replace something like a custom or a tradition. A later second meaning was to condemn, banish or drive away. By 1614, audiences might explode a performer from the stage with jeering. Flirt, 1532, to make a sudden movement, to flick, dart or bound. Associated normally with birds. Garbage, animal offal or entrails used for food. Those are quite popular now in very posh restaurants. So if you watch MasterChef, they're like, oh yes, I absolutely adore eating offal. What do they call it? Nose to tail, table to farm, whatever it is. And I just think, okay. Luxury, lust, lechery and lasciviousness. Nice. Storehouse, magazine, a storehouse or a depot for merchandise. Meat, food of any variety, whether consumed by humans or animals. Naughty, having nothing, naught, being poor. Ovation, a historical word for the processional entrance given to a military commander in ancient Rome, who had fallen short of a triumph and therefore received a modest reception. And now, of course, we do like a standing ovation. Gosh. Quiz, an eccentric person, someone who looks ridiculous. Sometimes I think the meanings still stand. Knight of Pentacles. Stiletto, oh gosh, a short dagger with a slender, thin blade designed to penetrate armour. From the Italian for little steel, stiletto. That is so beautiful. And then finally, terrific, inspiring terror, frightful or awful. Isn't that so strange? And today we are using the very smelly tarot, the original and best. Smells like the 70s. Let's see what's coming in. It's always Tuesday. Gosh, it made quite a nice hole in the roof across there. It's quite exciting, but also terrifying. And at least they have got decent fitting shorts on. Plus, I can hear a mild sort of, but they're behaving. Okay, what do we need to know for Always Tuesday, the 24th of March? Yeesh. Okay. Don't have the moon diary up here at the moment. Probably not capable of bringing it upstairs. They're doing some very restrained drilling. I wonder if they can see me. I think they can, actually. Probably think I'm filming them. Okay, gosh. This is quite a restrained reading. That's my restrained reading mind. Overall energy, the Eight of Cups. Saturn in Pisces, which it no longer is. Thank the Lord. It's now in Aries. My apologies. Eight of Cups is distancing yourself from something, and a lot of these cards are in the reverse. So if we're talking and we're talking distancing, it's like retreating. This feels like a retreat, and not in the kind of, you know, yoga pants and mung bean stew around the fire type yoga retreat, if you know what I mean. It's more of the sort of retreat as in military retreat. We're retreating from this situation. And it could be that it's something that's in your head rather than in your heart. Often with the Eight of Cups, because the 8 cups are at the front of the card, it's like the feelings are still there. You know, there is a feeling, sort of. So there's something here with the 8 being movement, about moving away from something that you did actually quite want. You know, there was an attachment to it. You're not moving away from it because you don't care. You're moving away from it because you do. But we then have in reverse our gorgeous Queen of Cups. And when the Queen of Cups goes into reverse, it means that your intuition is a little bit off. And you're not, you know, you're not you are in your right mind, but you're not in your right heart. So therefore, use your mind. Be logical, take steps. It's almost like, you know, Saturn in Pisces is talking about discipline, because Pisces doesn't really have much discipline. And I feel like I can say that because I am one. We can learn discipline, but effectively when Saturn goes into Pisces, it's to teach discipline, which is why Pisces was having a difficult old couple of years with Saturn in their sign. So this is about anybody using their discipline to get through a situation rather than using your intuition, especially if you're the empathic type or a water sign. But actually it applies to anyone. Also we have the 9 of Swords in reverse, and I really like it. It's getting out of a position where you are unnecessarily held to something that you either no longer believe in, or no longer wish to be a part of, or no longer wish to support. Okay? Then we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Wands is when you're fiery and, you know, you're full of energy, and this is not. This is like a slow, calculated withdrawal. Also, it could be from a person who turns out to be quite high energy, but quite, I don't know, they're pushing you into something, or they're not listening to you, you know, overbearing. So it can be removing yourself from an overbearing person or situation. And maybe you don't want to do that, or maybe you feel weird about it, but it's still a sensible, using the senses option. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which is like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to execute my plan. I'm going to do this either way, you know, I'm going to do this, and it's very much an air card. And it's a card of swing, you know, straight through, cutting straight to the chase. I'm going to be a bit Machiavellian about this, and I'm doing it. Schling! Because it needs to be done, and I need to distance myself, and I need to not be a part of this, and I don't especially believe in it anymore. And that's not always easy if you have loyalty to the person, or worse, guilt. And then the last card, this bad boy in the reverse, nice to see it in the reverse actually, the 5 of Cups, which is feeling bad, feeling moochy, feeling sorrowful, not being able to gather like good momentum going forward. Okay, so this is, it's like a resolution actually. I think you're going to find yourself weeks or months down the line seriously glad that you retreated through the bush like Homer Simpson does. Leave me a comment. I'm off to have a lie down, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.